Hi everyone, it's Tawney. I have a little bit of a headache and a little bit of some acne going on. I'm not really sure why, but today I wanted to sit down and film a video. That's pretty much the premise of this video today. I guess it'll be a chit chat, get ready with me. Although I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, but I'm sure we'll find something. I'm feeling a little like the headache, and then I have some like drainage going on with my sinuses. I know I'm not sick. I know that much. I did just wake up not too long ago. Talked with my mom. Had a phone conversation with a client, which was interesting. Always is, in my line of work. Always is interesting. But I have a bunch of like white particles in my hair, but I'm like 99% sure it's not dandruff because I do have dandruff occasionally, and I know that's not what this is. But I'm going to be going out for the first time in a while, and I want to do my makeup to look kind of decent while I go out. I always want to look kind of decent going anywhere. But I just used the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. And I'm going in with the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. Mine's in the shade 112. Oh, I should have shaken this up. We're a little watery. We are a lot watery. I have not used this in a while. Clearly. But I have them standing up, so you'd think that it would, do something to help the consistency of the product. I have sort of kind of plans today, but not exactly plans. They're kind of just plans that I'm, saying I have plans. I obviously will be watching football today, because it's Sunday. I watched football all day yesterday. I watched more of the Oregon-Ohio State game than I did of the Clemson and whoever they played South Carolina game. I think it was South Carolina. It was a, home division team. That makes sense. A team within our division. We creamed them 49-3. That was nice, especially after losing to Georgia the week before. But, so I watched some football yesterday. Once we were winning by 30 points in the first quarter, I was like, okay, I don't think I need to keep watching the game because it's not going to get any the score's not going to drastically change any more than what it had been because we were already winning by 34. It was 34-0 or 30 something to 0 at the first quarter. So I knew that we were set. And the Wisconsin game went the same way. I'm a fan of Clemson and the University of Wisconsin. I believe that's what they're called. It's basically Wisconsin University or whatever. The big state school, essentially. But my hair is dipping into the foundation. I hate that. Get long hair, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Yeah, I'm always going to have my long hair. I see those videos where people cut their hair really short, and I'm like, oh, good for you, but your hair looked better longer. Most of the time in my mind, their hair looks better longer. But I will not be cutting my hair short. Did that once when I was little because I wouldn't brush my hair. So in order to keep the gnats away, I cut my hair up to my chin, and it looked terrible because it was just this really blunt bob, and it looked awful. And then right after I graduated high school, I think it was a year, no, it was 2 or 3 years after I graduated high school, I cut my hair to shoulder length and dyed the tips pink. And honestly, it looked great. It looked really good on me. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a really nice hairstyle for me, but it grew back so quickly and I'm not complaining. It was a quick grow back, and usually my hair's not like that. I just didn't want to cut my hair ever again. So I have not cut my hair more than just a little trim or like a cut off the dead ends kind of a thing since like 4 years ago. But yeah, so football went great yesterday. That was nice, especially after the week before both my teams got blown out. We lost to Georgia. I think it was a close game. I don't think it was like a horribly awful, terrible score, but it also wasn't a great score because it was a losing score. I'm sorry if you can hear that. My neighbors apparently think that now is the time to like mess with their power tools. I don't really know what they're thinking. I don't know. There's a couple neighbors that like to make noise, and I feel like they just go outside and like compete to see who can make the most noise. My neighbors at home certainly did that. When I was growing up at my childhood home, the neighbors were definitely the type to like, I'm going to make noise this morning. No, I'm going to make the louder noise. No, I'm going to be even louder than you. But yeah, so football went well. I watched the game Thursday night between Cowboys and Buccaneers. I'm not really a fan of either team. I had rooted for the Buccaneers last season because Dak got injured, and I felt like it was such a like, it was out of pity mainly. Not so much that I actually liked the team, but enough that I like felt bad for their circumstances, and I wanted to like be supportive of this team that was going through an issue like they were at the time. And I rooted for them until they started to lose horribly, and then I kind of just gave up because it's like, you're not my team. Why do I care? Like, everyone kind of gave up on them because they just knew this wasn't their season, and they'll come back next year once everyone's healthy again. And that's kind of how it's been this season. Even though they did lose Thursday, they still played a really good game. It's just, when you play Tom Brady, it's not going to end out the way you really hoped it would, honestly. Like, you have to be really good in order for it to... And it was like a typical, everything you'd expect from Tom Brady type game. I'm not going to lie. I really think that he, like, brought everything. It was, like, Super Bowl intense. But I watched that Thursday. I technically have been rooting for the Buccaneers. I mean, I rooted for them in the Super Bowl. They were my playoff team because my team didn't go to playoffs last season. Which is funny because my team's the Patriots, and we had Tom, and we've always gone to the playoffs with Tom, even if we like lose in the wild card round, which was horribly awful the year that 2 years ago. Oh man, it was a rough night. It was rough. It was a rough game. I was like watching between my fingers because it was not going well. I don't even remember who we played. The Titans, maybe? It was terrible. And we lost on a pick six. And I was like, man, what a way to leave your team and your legacy is off a pick six. I mean, obviously he's come back from that being down in Tampa, but it was rough. And I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. I really could have swore that I like said that, but I did not. I've been talking so much that I'm having a hard time remembering to tell you what makeup I'm putting on. But I'm going to try to do better at that in this video. I did a video where I was talking and I didn't include the makeup. And honestly, it was kind of refreshing because then I didn't have to worry about like this moment right here of, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell him what my makeup, what I'm putting on right now. I could just put on the makeup and chit chat. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Natural. But the game went really well Thursday. It was a nail biter. Like, I stayed up till midnight. I mean, I was staying up however late I wanted at that point anyway, because I didn't have to go to work the next morning. So I was just like, I can watch the whole game, like, no big deal. And I was up really a lot later than just 12 that night. But it got down to the wire. Then they had the kicker come in, and the kicker kicked the good point. He kicked a 3-pointer, and they won. And there was no time left, and it was like, don't give Tom Brady the ball at the end of the game because he'll take advantage of it and win. And he was down by 2, and they came back and won. And it's funny because he threw the ball out of bounds 3 times. And I was like, bro, you're not even trying. And then they said they're just throwing it so that he can bring the kicker in. And I was like, genius. I'm like, see, this is why you're the quarterback and I'm not. Because you know a lot more than I do. Like, I mean, it's Tom Brady, obviously. But, I'm just grabbing some random eye products. I'm using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil today, apparently. Because it's what I grabbed out of my drawer. But I'm very excited for football to be back. I really hope my team does well this year. We have a rookie quarterback that we got in the draft from Alabama, Mac Jones. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to do something with our team to help us. We won all 3 of our preseason games, which is really exciting because sometimes we don't always do that. And I know they don't always matter, but for us, when we've dealt with these losses the last year, when we're not used to dealing with these losses, it's kind of nice to get back in that win column and just have that, like, that feeling of accomplishment again, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really excited to see what we can do with the team this year and how we can, like, rebuild after last year. We've lost a couple really key players on our team. We traded Sony Michel somewhere, I think to the Rams or something, to a team that's not us, basically. And I saw it coming because we don't really keep a lot of our, like, wide receiver running backs like other teams do. We never really get these, like, super awesome players to begin with. We just kind of get ones that work well with the team, and that's kind of where it's always been, like, it's always sat with us. I mean, we had Julian Edelman for a long time, and I'm very sad that he's gone and he's retired because I miss him so much. It's so weird to, like, not see a number 11 wide receiver out on the field and be like, hey, Mom, there's your guy with the red gloves. Like, that was her favorite player, was Julian Edelman. And then she said, once he retires, I'm not going to watch football anymore because she watched for him, which I'm not even sure why or how he became her favorite player, why she liked him so much. It's kind of a mystery. I mean, maybe she knows, but I certainly don't know because I was a fan for Gronk. He was the first player that got me into football, and then I slowly became a Tom fan, especially once Gronk retired. I became a Tom fan, and then once Tom left, it was kind of just like, well, I'm not abandoning my team because I like my team, but now I need to find a new favorite player because my favorite player in 2019 left us for Miami in 2020. Then he said some really awful things about Patriots, and I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I liked you, but now you're showing that you're being a bully towards us for no reason. Then we re-signed him, and it's like, it's hard to like you again after knowing what you did then, like, you know, the year before, and what you said about us. I'm trying really hard. I'm just trying to, like, you're in the uniform, so we like you. And that's kind of, you know, like, I'm trying to just put the politics aside to just like the player. But he's a defensive player, and I wanted an offensive player to like. I'm starting to really like the quarterback, but we'll see how that goes this season. I thought Cam was okay last year. Not great, but better than poop. better than the Jets. But he left, obviously. What palette am I going to use today? I'm trying not to use the same palettes over and over and over again, but I keep using the same palettes over and over and over again. I think I'm going to go in with the Powerpuff Girls and ColourPop palette. It looks like this. I keep seeing pictures online of this palette, and I'm like, I have this palette. I can use this palette. I want to use this palette. I spent the money on it. I bought the whole collection. Spent a lot of money. So I should use it. I like the palette. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's a little bit too colorful, and I find it a little hard to use sometimes. Oh, I went in with the Essence Make Me Brow mascara, and then I went in with the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. those have been like, I've been using the Essence Gimme Brow mascara a lot more recently, and I like it, but I don't know if it's my favorite. And then I've been using the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer a lot, and I really like it because it's so easy to work with. I have the Makeup Revolution Lock and Prime eye primer, and it comes in a tube, and it has like a doe foot, and I like it, but I find that it's hard to work with, and it's not as secure as, say, this one or the Milani eye primer is. So I prefer these over that one, and I have that one and I just haven't gotten rid of it, and I feel like I should, just because I don't like using it, essentially. And I force myself to use it because I have it, but it just doesn't, like, it just isn't doing it for me. So today's my first day of being out of my, like, apartment, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, kind of a situation. This eye look is not gonna, I'm wearing all blue today. Blue jean shorts, my favorite pair. They fit really well. I think the one rubbed off because now it just has a 6. And I'm like, ooh, you're a size 6. And it's like, whatever makes you feel better. And I'm wearing this really cute blue top from Walmart. I really like it. It sometimes comes down a little bit too much, but I like it because I like it. But I don't know if this eye look is going to, like, work well. Maybe we'll make it work. I wanted to use this palette, but I didn't want to do, like, a blue look because I just kind of feel like that's too much. So I guess we're just going to do a pinkish orange look and go from there. But I was going to go to Walmart and shop around and do some, like, clothing try on because I've been wanting to get some newer clothes, and I'm thinking they might have their fall stuff out now. I'm kind of hoping, because I'm kind of getting into fall at this point. We have like 10 days exactly today, because it's the 12th, until fall officially starts. Like, it's officially fall, no longer summer, which I'm very bummed about because summer is my favorite season. I love going swimming. I love the warm air. I love that you can go anywhere without needing a jacket. You can wear flip-flops and you're comfortable. Like, you put your window down, you put the music a little bit louder, you put on your sunglasses. Like, everything is just such a vibe for me. And I'm kind of bummed that fall is coming. Everyone's been rushing fall in my mind. Like, I get all these posts on Facebook and they're like, forget summer, we want fall, we want 50-degree weather, we want leaves falling. And I'm like, no, it's barely August. Like, it was like beginning of August and people were pumping out these posts. And I'm like, people, you are rushing fall. Then whenever it gets cold, I don't want to hear you complaining because fall's gone, or it's getting too cold outside, or I want summer back so I can go outside in my bathing suit. You should have taken advantage of it while you had the chance, because now it's freezing cold outside and here we are. Like I don't want to hear it. And then it's like next summer, like, then shut your mouth and, deal with it. Like, I don't understand people. They, like, just don't want to be happy. Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing with my eye look. I'm just doing it and hoping something works out. I was trying to do more of like a sunset-y look, but this isn't exactly going that route. I hope this red shade doesn't stain because I don't want it to stain. Okay, this eye all of a sudden got like a very matte pink, and this is still red. I'm so confused here. What are we doing? What is happening? I don't mind that pink, but at the same time, like, that's not what I was going for. What do we want to do with the under eye? because I guess we're gonna have to go with the red and pink, and I don't know, maybe, oh man, this palette, it's rough. I guess I should just keep this for color and not use, okay, we're going to Pokey Oats, and we're just putting that on the lower lash line. I'm thinking today, along with Walmart, because I want to check out what new makeup they have. I've been hoping Wet n Wild's collection, I believe it was a Saved by the Bell collection, but maybe it's something different. I was hoping they would get it in at my Walmart. We never even got the SpongeBob collection, and it said coming to Walmart, coming to Rite Aid, coming to CVS. None of ours got, which most of our Rite Aids now are Walgreens, I think, although we only have one in the area because one just shut down not too long ago. But we didn't get any of these new collections from Wet n Wild. And, like, the new honey thing and the new, like, 9 pans. Haven't seen any of those. Haven't gotten anything, like, all of these new releases, we just haven't seen. And I'd like to purchase something from some of these. Because Wet n Wild, I mean, it can be very hit or miss. But their quality is not terrible. And I at least wanted the option to look at this stuff, and I'm not getting this option, and I'm kind of bummed about it because I want the option. But I might go and see, like, if there's anything at Walmart, and then I might pop over to my Ulta, which is in the same shopping mall area, and I might see what is at Ulta, because I haven't been shopping at Ulta in quite a while, and I kind of want to check out their selection. I just kind of want to get out of the house and look at makeup, because makeup makes me happy, and I'm tired of sitting at my apartment and being bored and, like, cleaning, because that's all I've been doing. I put away every piece of laundry that's not dirty. I did that yesterday. I watched sports. I went outside and sat. Now I'm using the Essence/Princess mascara. I went outside and sat and played Animal Crossing on my Switch while I watched a Sierra Schultz video, just for the noise, just because I don't like silence. Which is funny that I'm a social worker, like a therapist, and I don't like silence. But I did that yesterday while I was like, I let the Oregon game play, and then I came back and was rooting for Oregon as they beat Ohio State, so that was kind of nice. Anybody that can beat Ohio State's good in my books. And I've always liked Oregon, so that's kind of a good thing. My boyfriend likes Oregon, so, although he's like an Alabama fan, which we always argue because Clemson's better, clearly. I hate these stupid little baby hairs. They won't leave me alone. And I'm just trying to unclump my mascara. I have one of these on backup, and I don't think I necessarily need it quite yet, but I bought it just in case this one was going bad, because I've had this one for a while, and I've also been using it a lot lately. So I wanted to make sure I had an extra one, because for a while I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite. And then it became my favorite again. And then I was like, I need to have an extra one in case I use this one up, because I've been using it like it's the only mascara I've really been using lately. Now I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in Indus Sun. It's not my favorite shade, and I don't think it shows up quite as well. I wish I would have gone a shade deeper, but this is what we're working with. And it's unfortunate because products and brands from Sephora tend to be more expensive than at Ulta, clearly, and more expensive than like Walmart, CVS, and all of that. So I can't really, like, if I don't like a tone, I can't like, oh, let's just try a new one. I have to like take it back, get my money back, and then swap it out for the one that I actually do want, because I can't afford to buy 2 of these. Like, at the time, I could barely afford to buy this one. So, like, it sucks being poor. I like to be able to just buy whatever makeup I want and just have it, but I don't have that kind of money. I'm working on doing better with my spending. I've been really good the last 2 weeks because I haven't bought anything. Although I did buy a bunch of groceries that went to waste because when they were in their, like, time of needing to be eaten, I wasn't eating foods like that, like fruits and vegetables and stuff, because my stomach hurt too much. So it, like, kind of went bad, which sucks because I don't want food to go to waste. I've been really trying hard not to do that, but I just wasn't in a point of eating it. Like, I just wasn't at this place to, like, eat this food, you know? So now we're going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Saucy Moth. I haven't used this in a while, and I really like this formula of blush. I didn't think I would when I first used it. I don't even know what convinced me to buy the first one. Probably Emily Noel, because she really likes these blushes. She really likes Saucy Mauve as well. I've had like 3 or 4 shades, and one of them was like, oh, I saw a picture on Physicians Formula's Instagram of this one blush, and I really liked the way it looked. I thought it was really cute. Like, the undertones inside the packaging of the blush looked really nice. Like, I really thought it would turn out well on the skin. But when I bought it, it was a lot lighter in tone than I was initially expecting. Like, super pale people could have pulled it off, but not even me. And I'm like a lighter tone. And it was unfortunate because I wanted to make it work. I wanted to be able to make it work. And it was just not going to happen for me. So I ended up getting rid of it because I think I got rid of it because I just didn't like it. It just never showed up on me. So I just got rid of it. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Master Chrome. This is just a regular molten gold shade. I haven't used this in a while, and I kind of wanted a gold highlighter today that would like pair well with the eye look. I wanted to do like a sunset-y look, but there wasn't that option in this palette. So we did what we did, and it's not terrible, but it's certainly not like best look I've ever done, you know? Which, it happens. Not every eye look can be the best eye look. Unless you're like, Pat McGrath or Patrick Ta or some other really popular makeup artist that can like do really cool looks. Like, check out their Instagrams. They're really nice. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I just sprayed a little bit of that on my face. Obviously. Obviously. Now for lips. I mentioned this in a previous video that I am trying to like do stuff with my lips so that they're not so boring and I'm not like just doing the same lip looks. So I'm trying to like use up some of what I have, and not so much to like project pan it, but more so just to actually use it. So I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner and Lay Down the Mauves, and I'm going to line my lips. The noise is back again. But I can't complain because I've had worse. I lived right beside a bar at my old apartment, which I know sounds really sketchy to say, but in my town, the bar is like one of the only businesses. It's like one of a few businesses, and it wasn't like a frowned upon thing. It was just like, my mom's like, get a second floor apartment so they can't walk right into your apartment. And I'm like, Mom. And it turns out that people can try and barge right into your apartment on the second floor. Had that happen. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Ultimate Color Sensational matte lipstick. It's in this kind of packaging. It's in the shade More Taupe. And I am going to hopefully have a decent lip look. This lip liner was a lot darker than I was expecting, considering I don't really use dark. Like, this is dark for me. I used to wear a LA Girl, but you can get at Dollar General, an LA Girl lipstick that was purple. And I wore it with all my looks, because I kind of just did like the same look all the time, like a very brown neutral look. And I wore that lipstick, and I am wearing it in my driver's license picture that I got taken at 21. I turned 26 this year. I still have that picture. Right now in my state, when you get your license, it's an 8-year license. You pay like $50 and you have this license for 8 years. I had French braids, 2 braids, a choker necklace from like the 90s, and purple lipstick. I looked like a goth. I have never looked like that since. I swear to you, never once did it look like that again. I can't braid my hair, so my mom braided my hair for my birthday, I'm assuming, because I got it on my birthday. I wore the choker thing, which I might still actually use that. And then I had this purple lipstick that looked like this, but in black and white. Yeah, I learned my lesson. But it's funny because my sister wore her shirt backwards in her picture, and it's not that noticeable, but she points it out to people to make it noticeable. So yeah, this is the finished look. Okay, I hope the lip turns out okay. It's a good, nice fall lip. It's not super dark that I could feel comfortable wearing this. I'm hoping it wears down okay, that like as it wears off, it doesn't look terrible, but we'll see. I think it looks kind of cool with the eye look. You always want a lip look that can like collaborate with your eyes, like it all matches without like overpowering. But I don't know, I kind of like this. It's not as terrible as I was expecting. It's definitely giving me fall vibes, which I've been like in the fall mood for the last week. I've already started decorating for fall, which I know a lot of people don't like that, and I typically don't like that, but I've been so bored I had to do something. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you liked the way this look turned out. It was a roller coaster, but we got there. So go team, go us. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. Ring the notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload my next video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.